conditions.
All right, there's no doubt about it. We're going to be throwing a lot of numbers at you through the week, and we really try to do it to help you make decisions. But, well, if you don't really know whether or what 3 to 5 feet means for you, then it really doesn't help much. So let's talk about that a little bit. First of all, 3 to 5 feet is versus the 12 to 18 they had for Ian on the southwest coast. So we're not talking about a catastrophic event. But as we've seen, unfortunately, in many events, you get 1 or 2 feet into your home or business, and that's a pretty significant event. So we're going to talk about that. But if you have plans this evening, just because now this has a name, I don't think, let that stop whatever your plans were this evening. Yes, windier along the beaches. Occasionally there'll be some showers coming ashore, but no big deal. More like if a front was dropping in and we're talking about a nor'easter gradually developing. So that's this evening. What about as we go through Election Day? Well, no doubt about it. As we go through Election Day, the farther to the south and nearer the coast you are, the windier it will be, and occasionally there will be some showers coming ashore. But not dangerous on Election Day. And for those of you inland, out toward the Swanee, up toward southeastern Georgia, you may be thinking, what a beautiful day. Have the breeze, still going to be warm, but maybe not too warm. But meanwhile, especially as we get toward Wednesday, here is the developing tropical cyclone. Now, the reason we say don't focus too much on the center is because it really takes about a category 2 to 3 for a true eye wall to form. And once an eye wall forms, that is where 90% of the damage occurs. This one looks like it's just going to start developing an eye wall as it goes ashore as a category 1. So no doubt about it, the weather will be more severe down south. That's why a hurricane watch will probably become a hurricane warning, especially in the Jupiter Palm Beach area. But then beyond that eye wall, there's going to be significant weather, and we're going to be in that large area beyond the developing eye wall. So let's break it down for you. St. John's and Flagler, you'll be hit by the worst of the weather earliest and hardest. So you will get winds gusting up to 60. You're going to have tidal waters of 3 to 5 feet. Okay, how does that compare? Well, think of Ian as being at about 3.5 to 4 feet. So think about how that impacted you, 3.5 to 4 feet, and we're going to be about there. Now, if it goes exactly as forecast, that could be that Davis Shores and downtown St. Augustine, that this event, Nicole, is about 6 inches lower. But again, folks, we're just talking inches, and this might be adjusted. Duval County, and I'm talking here primarily the intracoastal, the St. Johns, and the estuary, you may be about 8 inches higher than Ian. So that's not as high as Irma, but that's higher than Ian. And again, we're not talking catastrophic, but if you just miss getting flooding from Ian by about 6 inches, that could be just enough to cause some problems. At the very least, I do think in Duval, we're going to have more widespread street flooding due to the problem of drainage and then heavier rains. Glen, Camden, and Nassau, again, about 3 to 5 feet. The concern for Black Creek area will be if we get 10 inches. If we only get 5 inches, we're fine. If we get 10 inches, then Friday we'll be watching Black Creek. For those of you out toward the Swanee, up toward the Okefenokee, my main concern for you will be on Friday and the threat of tornadoes.